Welcome. I am Patrizia Fanucchi from All Things Poetry on For Muse, and I would like to invite you to click the bell below and subscribe for more poetry. Today, I am going to read you a poem that I wrote recently in Fishhoek, Cape Town. I wrote it in a very special place, Echo Terrace. I hope you enjoy it. Serendipity by Patrizia Fanucchi. Headlines shout profanities. The world is shaken. War is imminent. Uncertainty. Coronavirus. It's getting serious. I rush from worry, frenzy, fret onto the terrace and stop short, arrested by the foreign shape, brownish grey, elongated, down in the azure bay. Is it a submarine? Bemused, befuddled, I stare. Is it a monster? I quake. Vividly before me rises the image of a gnarled and ancient mariner of old, whose eyes, startled and awed, give glimpses of the unknown, his hoary beard all a-tremble, the tales he told seemed to dissemble of ventures beyond the known, beyond the shore, the wind's loud roar, the sloping mast, the ship tempest-tossed. The mammoth monsters roar as fearful mariners fall to the floor. Yet, as I stare, the fable fades, the enigma, the mystery, the wonder of you and your smaller white calf fills my being. I long to know you better. Driven by subconscious instincts, doors of homes open in excitement and people pour out onto the street to catch a glimpse of another world, foreign, alien, yet strangely familiar as the baby drifts alongside its mother. People rush with cell phones lifted to record the event, envying those with cameras and telephoto lens. The ocean roars and splashes. There they are. The two figures glide by. I walk faster than I thought possible, my love trying to keep track of me, driving along. Lost in the moving crowd, carried on the human wave of excitement, propelled forward halfway to the next town. Strangers' eyes meet, shiny with awe and amazement, warm with unexpected joy, caught up in a wonder larger than us all. Leaving the sidewalk, we scrambled down the slope, our feet plunging down into the soft white sand, our eyes firmly on the whales, our hearts singing, united in endeavours to connect. Soft blue shirt blowing in the breeze, watch and bracelet glinting in the sun, phone lifted in delight, past large tan and white boulders, past bright green bushes outlined against the deep blue, past gift upon gift, clusters of bright pink-tipped flowers, white starred centered, yellow gold focal point, growing fortuitously and unexpectedly among the stones and boulders. Surprise, entrance, looking left, right, hastily scrambling across the small reddish-brown railway track, as if part of a tidal surge moving closer to the water's edge. Our eyes lift, encompass the chalky white patterned surface of an enormous rock, like a small island, its white patterns trickling past, its layered tan and brown base, waves splash a lacy foam border. Cormorants, soberly suited in black, as if gathered on snowy peaks, stand guard on Sentinel Rock in a long line, viewing the spectacle, some nodding to each other, others flapping their wings, staring at the phenomenon in the bright blue yonder. And you are there, blowing a fountain up into the air, close to the shore, trumpeting the arrival of your young one to the world. And then, serenely, nobly, you bid farewell, gliding away to the center of the bay, back out to sea. Left alone, we cross the threshold, back to our human concerns, yet immeasurably altered, glowing, radiant, enriched beyond measure by our chance and unexpected encounters. The memory, stored greedily in our hearts, pumps through us, revitalizing us with another kind of truth. Welcome back. This poem highlights those serendipitous events in all our lives. That's those events that occur as if by accident or chance or good fortune. And they bring a rush of joy into our lives, or are beneficial in some way. The poem begins with personification, as headlines aggressively shout profanities. The poem contrasts the world that human beings get caught up in, the headlines that shake the world, the outbreak of war, the hold of coronavirus on the earth, the world of rush, worry, frenzy, fret, and the natural world. An ecological reading of the poem is possible, as at first the persona doesn't recognize the whale in the bay. It is seen as a foreign shape, something alien. The idea of war suggested in stanza 1 is extended in the assumption that the foreign shape in the bay, brownish grey, elongated, is a submarine. Alliteration highlights the perplexity of the persona, bemused, befuddled, wondering if it is a monster. The poem appeals to the imagination, as there is a move away from the present into the past. In the memory of tales of ancient mariners who first saw monsters at sea, the ancient mariners believe that they are telling the truth. But to the listeners, their tales seem exaggerated. The touches of rhyme create a sense of something magical and fantastical in the echoes they provide, echoes from the past. His hoary beard all a-tremble, the tales he told seem to dissemble. Use of repetition in the same stanza also plays with the idea of echoes, of ventures beyond the known, beyond the shore, the wind's loud roar. The use of alliteration and even rhyme here accentuates the enchanting movement from the present back into the past. The sloping mast, the ship tempest-tossed, the mammoth monsters roar as fearful mariners fall to the floor. It is intended to evoke emotions of awe and fear in the readers, as well as a dash of skepticism when viewed from the present. The rest of the narrative unfolds in free verse, carrying the reader back into the present as the fable fades. Now the enigma, the mystery of the whales is associated with wonder, and the persona longs to know them better. This reaction is echoed and amplified in the reactions of the crowds of people who pour out into the street to catch a glimpse of another world. The word glimpse echoes and contrasts with the tales of the ancient mariners and their reactions in the past, whose eyes, startled and awed, give glimpses of the unknown, his hoary beard all a-tremble. In the present, the people long to catch a glimpse of another world, foreign, alien. The tales of ancient mariners may recall the Kraken by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Below the thunders of the upper deep, far, far beneath, in the abysmal sea, his ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep, the Kraken sleepeth. However, where the Kraken is portrayed as ominous, with the sickly light about him, and he remains menacing to human beings, Serendipity uses the ancient tales from the past to offset and contrast with the present. These tales alluded to in Serendipity may also recall the tale told at the wedding feast by Coleridge's Ancient Mariner, and that dastardly moment when, with my crossbow, I shot the albatross. He acknowledges that he had done a hellish thing, and this evil is reflected in all of nature, the moon and the sun haunting the mariner to his death, and leaving those who hear the tale sadder and wiser. Serendipity seeks to explore the complex relationship between the past and memory and the present, and points towards the possibility of a more hopeful future. Yet, by contrast with the terror of the ancient mariners, paradoxically, the people in the present find the world represented by the whales, both foreign, alien, and strangely familiar, as they note the baby drifts alongside its mother. By contrast with the ancient mariners falling on the ground in terror, the people in the present are driven by excitement, taking videos and photographs as they record the event. Using many enjambed lines, the narrative sweeps the reader along the street in pursuit of the whales, and instead of terror, the people are driven not only to connect with the whales, but also to connect with each other in their awe and amazement as their eyes meet, warm with unexpected joy. In the serendipitous occasion of this unexpected meeting among strangers, as well as in their encounter with the whales, united in endeavours to connect. repetition of the word past traces the walk past gift upon gift that appears fortuitously and unexpectedly to surprise and entrance, as the people scramble down the slope, our feet plunging down into the soft white sand. The notion of their unity, as captured in the oblique reference to the sound of joyful song in our hearts singing, united in endeavors to connect. This image of unity is further developed in the simile, which suggests that it is as if the crowd forms part of a tidal surge moving closer to the water's edge, where they react as one being. Our eyes lift to encompass yet another unexpected joy. The cormorants are personified as being soberly suited in black and as standing guard on Sentinel Rock, as they too stare at the phenomenon, bringing all the creatures of the earth together as one in this action. The sense of joy is heightened by the image of the whale mother blowing a fountain up into the air, and the implicit metaphor conveys that even the whale is part of the unexpected joy, as it is portrayed trumpeting the arrival of your young one to the world. Ultimately, the whale is elevated to a position of royalty and dignity as it nobly bids farewell, serenely at peace and comfortable in its position in the world, autonomously gliding back out to sea. The tone conveys a sense of loss, as the human beings are described as left alone. We cross the threshold back to our human concerns. The human concerns, which had initially caused the worry, frenzy, and fret, seem diminished in importance in view of the immensely significant experience which has the power to change human beings so that they are immeasurably altered and enriched beyond measure. The echo emphasizing that the beneficial effects of the unexpected event are incalculable. The poem ends once again uniting the past and the present, as the mere memory of the unexpected event is treasured, stored greedily in our hearts. The memory is powerful enough to encompass both the reader who will remember the tale and the crowd who experienced it, so that they can experience it afresh, repeatedly. The word pumps relates to the word hearts, in which the memory is greedily stored, and it conveys the power of memory, which pumps through us, revitalizing us with another kind of truth. The theme of the past and the present knits the poem together, and the word memory accumulates in meaning by the end of the poem. It transcends the past, as it has the power to continually revitalize us. The spelling of revitalizing emphasizes that the unexpected vitality gained through the experience has the power, through the poem and its words, to repeatedly give us vitality in order to convey a different kind of truth about the world than the one presented in the profanities shouted by the headlines at the start of the poem. It implies that the connection, respect, and unity amongst all the creatures of the world is healthy and beneficial, even essential, for the well-being of us all, and that even the memory of this, both through the actual memory and through rereading the words of the poem, has the power continually to refresh our vitality. Well, I hope you enjoyed that poem and commentary. Please remember to click the bell below and subscribe, and visit me at my website, formuse.org.